Hello, hello, hello. Are we live just yet? I don't know if we are live just yet. Are we? No. Hello, how is everyone doing today? I'm not sure what's happening here. Mercury retrograde. And we are supposed to be live. And I don't know why we are. And we are live. Um, yes, we are. Okay, how's everyone doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome to Lordess podcast. How's everyone doing on this Sunday evening? I see you, Mama Bear. Glad you could make it. Hello, Leela. Hello, Nina. Ruby's Angel, Amanda. Welcome. How was everyone's Easter? Did you have a good time last weekend? We weren't on the air last week, last weekend. So, did everyone have a good Easter? Let me know here in the chat. You're happy you made it, Amanda? Yeah. Oh, you worked all weekend. So, Leela, Scorpio here. Yeah. What's going on for the Scorpios? So are you, Mama Bear. You're another Scorpio in the chat here. So, tonight's. Oh, so Nina says you had a great Easter. Well, that's good. It was quiet. We had a quiet one this year. So, um, yeah. Uh, tonight's podcast is going to be so much fun. We have Marie Moore coming back again. You all remember her? She was on the podcast and back in February, and we're going to be talking about the solar eclipse. There is so much hype and so much talk around this topic. I don't even know where to start. Marie will be coming to us live shortly as soon as she picks up the link, and she'll be in the room and joining us, and we will get started. We'll hear what she has to say concerning the astrology end of it. Oh, hello, Lily, Aquarius from Germany. Welcome to the chat. Glad you all could be here. Yeah, so we're going to be talking about all this hype and everything that's been going on so far. Hello, April. Welcome, sweetie. Yeah, there's just been a lot of talk lately about what's happening and what's going on around well, mostly around North America here. There's been a lot of stuff going on, a lot of things in the news. So we're going to be discussing some of that and definitely what she has to say about the eclipse. Oh, Brenda Tarot's in the chat. Hi, Brenda. How are you? I hope you're having a great Sunday evening. Mm. So, yeah. How are you all feeling? Are you feeling a little bit weird? There's something strange in the air, that's for sure. It seems like most of the people I've been talking to this past week have been mentioning they've been feeling a little bit off or a little bit stressed. Um, just some wonky vibes, wonky situations happening. Oh, it's nice and sunny, Brenda. Nice. Yeah, we had a sunny day here too. Yes, feeling off, right, Nina? It's been very strange vibes, very strange energy going on. I guess it doesn't help the fact that Mercury is retrograde at the same time when all this other stuff is going on. So I'm not sure what happened to my guest. Well, she should be coming on any minute now. Um, yeah, I don't want to touch anything. Mercury retrograde, I'm telling you. So Mama Bear says, I'm feeling irritable, but that's just me. Couple people told me that they're having panic attacks. Yes, yes. I was speaking with a friend of mine the other day, and she was saying that her clients have been having extreme panic attacks and so forth because she's a psychologist. So, hello, D Virgo. I like that name, D Virgo. So you're feeling good in the path of totality. Yeah, that's pretty good. That is absolutely wonderful. Been feeling tired and extra irritable? Yeah, yeah, that happens for sure. Yeah, I've been feeling off, but I mean, I've been feeling off for quite some time now. It's just, even though I finally was able to catch up on my rest, that's why I had a quiet Easter because I was getting a little bit overtaxed, so dealing with a little bit of exhaustion. But I finally got to catch up and get some rest and starting to get my energy back. But then this goes and happens, and now my mood, my vibe, and my energy is just like all over the map. Anyway, our guest has arrived, so join me in welcoming back our guest live from the great state of Ohio. We have Marie Moore. And here she is now. Hey, you.
Sorry. What? What? Finish your conversation. That's fine.
Like it's that's the weirdest part about my body.
Okay, you're overheated right now because you had hot soup?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So can I crack up the window?
Yes, you can crack open the window. I had to make dinner really quick, so I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. You're perfectly on time. I was just getting concerned that with Mercury retrograde and all, that maybe you would miss the link or you wouldn't get it. Or
I thought I was doing well on my time contingency, so I suck at time. I'm sorry. It's the Pisces in me.
No, it's all right, sweetie. No, we were just talking. There's a lot of people gathering in this
Oh,
chat.
hold on. I'm going to share our conversation onto my Facebook. So make sure everybody likes, subscribe, share, do what you got to do. Okay. Her podcast is awesome. I have been putting people onto to the first podcast. So if you want to know about me, my time, what the hell I do, blah, 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 go to her first podcast. And I just basically, because me and her, we're kind of getting sick of talking about my life. This is going to be the third time. At this point, she's going to be like, bitch, pay me.
It's always a delight to even just to speak to you. You're an unusual character, you are.
I know, it's the Haitian in me. I can't help it.
You're looking terrific these days, my dear.
Thank you.
You look really good, yeah. And I noticed you're just like all over the place now. Every time you turn around, TikTok here, there, you just got pumping out the videos.
Okay, so getting into the solar eclipse. Now we can feel these eclipses 2 weeks before, 2 weeks after. I've been screaming and preaching about this for like the past God knows how long on my weekly horoscopes. Okay, if you guys been watching, so you can go back to all my weekly horoscopes and find out how this shit gonna affect you, okay? So anyway, so my thing with the eclipses is in my second house because I am an Aquarius rising, but I got Sun and Pisces in my first house. So I am dealing with ending my relationship with my ex-husband. And my ex-husband decided he not gonna financially support me. He gonna leave me in shit and squalor. So I was just like, fine. So this is like my main job right now. So I'm like really, really trying to be, because Pisces right now needs to be more financially reliable and stuff like that, and more independent and stuff. For others of you, I'm gonna get into it. Pisces is all about leaving important relationships behind. Why? North node, south node, second and eighth house. So this is all about serious love relationships that are like 20 years old, 30 years old, 14 years old, and this is, and for some of you here, you've been fighting back and forth with these relationships, separated, not separate, back together, whatever. And now it's kind of like 6 months, and you got to give these energies the solar eclipse 6 months. So Libra season is going to be cutting ties, so me and my ex decided we're going to cut these ties now, and and stuff like that. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Is he into astrology as well?
Okay. So when I met my ex-husband, this is what he told me. No joke, no lie. When I met him, he said, I have never believed in astrology. I believed in God to an extent, and I never believed in spirits or ghosts. Now I believe in astrology. Now I believe in spirits. I believe in God. I believe in spirituality. I believe in prayer. And he's like, everything you had made me a believer into, I'm a believer in. And
Wow.
yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool that you had that effect on him, but I guess he
Yeah.
was in your life for a season.
Yeah,
And,
for like 14 years he's been in my life.
wow, that's
And
quite the
he
season.
and he needed to go and experience and see all that stuff, because that was his experience. But everybody is like so inspired by me and blah blah blah. I don't want to toot my own horn, but everybody like always tells me like, oh, I'm so inspired by you. But it's so sad that somebody so close cannot be evolving and changing. So it's like we ended up resenting each other a lot. So that's what ended the relationship.
I see. I see.
Mm-hmm.
So you doing okay though? You're all
I
right?
am hanging in there, girl. I am like, damn.
Yeah, well, I'm always here for you. I'm just a phone call
I
away.
know.
Just call
I
me.
appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. So
Yeah.
thank you.
You're a sweetheart, and I don't know what we'd do without your guidance, especially
Oh,
today. Now, let's get into this whole thing. Well, first of all, we spoke a little bit about what was going on. You said
I
you're
know.
not aware of what was happening around the news. There's like two things that are happening here. One is there's a lot of conspiracy theories flying around there all the way, all over the place, all over the map. Everything you can think of, has been put out there. Another thing is the news, like the mainstream news, legacy news, is now scaring people. I don't. Well, you're right in the path in Ohio, right? You're right on that path.
For
So they're
what?
telling. What you didn't know about the X path with this solar eclipse? You're right on the path, and where you guys will be able to see it very, very clearly. Texas, Ohio, New York, like that path is going to be able to see it super clear, and
Okay.
they're telling people on the news that you uh, are supposed to go out and make sure that you stock up on food, water, supplies, pet
No, it's
food,
not that big of a deal.
and they're saying that you should be doing this now. The reasons they're giving is because there's going to be a lot of people coming in. They're apparently coming in from all over the place to come and witness this eclipse. And there's going to be large gatherings of groups.
No, there
So
isn't.
they're saying that there could be a lot of,
We're in a
like,
recession, bitch. Nobody's going anywhere. We saving on our gas money. Nobody going out. Plus, we got Hades and
well,
Coronas. No,
this
we ain't
is
going.
this is the thing that is so bizarre. Like our friend Ricky was just came back from Cuba, was saying that when he was in his room, he turned on CNN and they were talking about this. And he said, and they were telling people, especially ones along the path, New York and Ohio, Texas, make sure you stock up on your food, your water, make sure you have pet food, make sure that you don't go anywhere if you don't have to, take money out of the bank, make sure because there could be some kind of outages.
What in the
Now,
Chitsania end of the world? Okay, so I have a
right? So
PayPal.
this is what I'm
So if
saying.
you feel like you're gonna die, donate to me and give me your life money. You're gonna die, bitch. You're gonna die. That's it. No. Okay, just
But
donate.
this
It's the
okay, so there's
Chitsania theory.
there's this going on, and so they're claiming that it could be due to the fact that there's going to be hordes of crowds of people who've been coming in from all over the place. They're coming in from Europe and everything to witness this eclipse. This is what they're saying. So there could be this sort of crazy amount of people now with whatever is going on around the world with the wars and things like that, and then what happened in Russia at the concert hall. Now they're saying large gatherings of people together, it's not safe because something could happen. They're thinking you just don't know that they could be using this. Somebody could use this as an excuse to do something somewhere. So I think that's the reasoning
Oh
behind.
yeah, there's gonna be somebody there. There's gonna be. Let me tell you, there could be problems with our nuclear plants or
Mhm.
coals or whatever stuff. They could blow up on that day. There could be problems with
Right.
earthquakes and stuff. And of
Right.
course, it's not the lunar eclipse, so I don't feel like
Mhm.
there could be some mass shootings going on
Yeah.
this day as well. So we could see stuff like that happening with this energy. But as anything like profound, like the earth is cracking and then there's a core and we see the core,
Yeah.
no,
Well,
no.
okay, but also too on the conspiracy end, they're talking about the fact that they're opening up CERN tomorrow. And at the same time, there's NASA is blowing off 3 rockets at the time of the eclipse.
Are you sure?
Yeah, these are facts. These are things that are
Okay,
going
those
on.
are
Now,
actual facts. Okay.
yes, these are actual facts, but the thing is that they're trying to say the mainstream news is trying to say that there's reasons for why they're doing what they're doing. But on the conspiracy end, they're claiming that they're trying to open up a porthole. They're doing satanic rituals and so forth. There is a little bit of some strange things going on around, well, concerning CERN. When they did the big ground opening, there was a lot of like satanic celebrations around it and everything. So we're not quite sure, what a bunch of scientists are doing involved in that type of scenario. But these are facts. But the
Okay.
fact that they're trying to say that they're opening up a porthole and why the rockets are going through, I don't know. NASA has their own reasons as to why they're going to be blowing off these rockets. Again,
Maybe
it's
they want to see what happens if they blow up the rockets. Do they float in the air and stay floated in the air? Or are they going to float in the air and then disperse? It may be more of a science experiment.
I think that's what they're saying it is. They're gonna be
Be-
shooting it at the moon.
because there's no gravity. So when we shoot,
Right.
this could be like, can we actually this
It
that
is an
sounds
experiment.
more
They're
that
they're
sounds
saying
like
they're
what
saying
happens? Does the rocket stay in the solar system and go around the solar system,
Mhm.
or does it blow up right there? I think this has something to do more with pressure.
Yeah, they're NASA's saying they have a perfectly logical scientific reason why they're doing this thing with.
Yeah, I don't think this has anything to do with like blowing up the moon. I
No,
think
no,
this
no,
has
I don't.
something to do with can we it's kind of like them saying, I wonder if I could shoot a gun at
think
the moon, and then shooting the
Yes.
gun and being like, I wonder if I shoot the gun and then where does the bullet go? It's kind of like that. I want to
Yeah,
see
I
where the
think you're right.
rocket goes when I shoot it off.
I think you're right about that because it seems to me like their explanation for all of this is just like we're just doing these experiments. We just want to see what happens. It's like
I
what
think it's
if?
really a science experiment.
Yes, and that's what they're claiming it is. But then on the other end, they're saying no, 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 no. There's some kind of they're opening up a porthole. They're doing this thing with the rockets and everything.
I don't think you
Some,
can open up a portal because you got to hit something to open up a portal.
well,
And I believe the theory is I think that it's just going to go around our solar system
yeah.
and then they're going to have to figure out a way to stop it. So
Mhm.
they're creating a lot of pollution up there, is what I
Right.
think is going to end up happening. So we might get hit with shrapnel.
Right, exactly. Oh, let's see what happens. Just like
I
you said
think that's
about
what's
the
going to happen. But yes, there will be hurricanes. There will be not
Mhm,
hurricanes, tornadoes, volcanoes,
mm,
earthquakes. There could be poor Ukraine. Ukraine
mhm,
could be going through it at this time, and Israel could be going through it. We could see
mhm.
another earthquake in
Yeah,
California, in Chicago, in Ohio. But I
right,
feel like, also we need to be careful with like our nuclear power plants, our coal mining plants that we have
Exactly.
around, because there could be like a radiation incident happening. So we could see that happening, because that's what happened last time with the eclipses in Ohio. So there could be another one happening in Ohio at this time.
Exactly. I think that could be why the
Yeah.
legacy is doing that. Just sort of
Yeah.
warning guys. They're saying there could be like a cyber attack. There could be outages. You just don't know
Yeah.
what could
So what
happen.
we
So they're
do,
trying to. But getting back to the whole opening up the porthole, they're not trying to do that with the rockets. They're saying the porthole is because of CERN, because they're starting CERN up again right at the same time, and then the rockets. So they're saying that CERN thing has something to do with their satanic rituals. Like, this is on the conspiracy end, right? They're saying it has something to do with these satanic rituals, and they're trying to bring forth like summons in something or
this
opening
is
up.
not Ghostbusters.
Yeah, kind of like
This is
Ghostbusters.
not Ghostbusters, okay? And on top of that,
Hey, we might need Ghostbusters after this is all said and done.
no, this y'all gonna be disappointed. Let me tell you
Yeah.
why y'all gonna be really disappointed about this eclipse. It's supposed to be so powerful and so profound. You're really gonna go through it. No, the problem is that it's doing a Mercury retrograde. It's
Right.
kind of like when we started that 13th sign in astrology, what is called Ophisis, and then every Mercury retrograde, somebody brings it up that there's this 13th zodiac sign, and you're doing it during a Mercury retrograde. It never stick. It never and it just keeps coming up.
Right.
So that's what's happening with these theories. It's not happening. You don't do stuff on a Mercury retrograde, people. Okay, so
Well, what about the satanic groups, because they follow astrology and things like that? They're big followers of this. So, is there anything that would be luring them in to do some kind of ritual over
if
this?
they did some kind of ritual, I think that it would I think it would make them crazy. Two, I feel that I think it would make their lives crazy, because also the solar eclipse is really horribly not well aspected.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
when,
that's what I wanted to get into.
yeah,
Is that, and also too, there's a thing that I heard about this particular solar eclipse. They've been talking about it back since the 1970s. They were talking about this was a
oh
really
God,
important one.
Chitsania all over again, end of the world all over again,
Yeah,
and
but
we're
they
still here.
that they pulled up articles from the 1970s saying from 2024 this particular one, because it was supposed to be important for scientist reasons, right? Not necessarily for Satanists, but who knows? It seems like it's all interchangeable these days.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's talk about the whole like the aspects of it. This is in Aries, right? It's a new moon.
It's in Aries, and it's
We're
a
in
new
Aries.
moon. So a new moon is all about new beginnings and
Right.
endings. Okay, so that's what we're going to see here. But also, eclipses last for 6 months. Okay, and we had two of them really close together. Okay, I'm like going back all the way to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. On my solar foxfire is what I'm using. The
Right.
only Lilith moon, it has an Earth trine. Just one. Juno in retrograde has an Earth trine. Zeus is in retrograde. We still have these secondary planets that are in retrograde. These secondary planets do affect us. I feel that if you want to feel significant changes, we might feel a little bit personal significant changes on the 16th, because Vulcan goes direct. Okay. And so our money situation can get better. We have a stellium in our first house. Now, if this can be reversal of fortunes, we can see just some people, not everybody. This could be people instantly getting famous at this time for no reason. Okay. So, we could see significant changes, all right, over the next 6 months. But the thing is, we did it on a Mercury retrograde. So anytime you do anything like picture Anthony B. Casey, Mercury retrograde. Look at her. She got away with it, right? And this is over for the next 6 months and to next year, because Mercury's in retrograde. We repeat the cycles during this time period. So during next year, you may experience.
You froze. You froze there, Marie. Oh, I don't know what happened there, but you just froze. Yeah. Yeah.
Am I still frozen?
Move. No.
No?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I
Okay.
get it.
So during this time period, this is going to be an energy of personal changes. I feel we can experience earthquakes, we could experience nuclear power plants like cracking or whatever. We will hear about it. We'll hear about terrorist attacks happening in Europe. We will hear about people rioting because that's what we do.
Mhm.
Okay. And on top of that, it's really not well aspected. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Like really not well aspected. But Hades and Coronis are direct. Now, if we had like real strong planets in Saturn and Capricorn, if we had Pluto in Capricorn, then
Yeah.
we might experience like something like another coronavirus or a real war.
Oh,
Okay, like World War III or something, or a
mhm.
revolutionary war somewhere. But we're not going to do that because it's during the Mercury retrograde. Okay,
Okay.
anytime you do anything during the Mercury retrograde,
Mhm.
I
It does
mean, it brings about significant changes, yes, but it's during the
things
Mercury.
so what you're saying is that things happen, but they turn out to be like a nothing burger at the end of
Yeah,
the
basically.
Okay. So
Like, for
we were
example, P.
talking
Diddy,
yeah, we were talking earlier about P. Diddy and
okay, he's
that's
gonna
why.
be let go.
Yeah.
And on top of that, he's fine. He's
Yeah.
in his mansion,
Yeah.
complying with law officers and stuff like that, and nothing's gonna happen. Why? Because we did it during a Mercury retrograde. See?
Huh. It just makes me wonder now. I want to go back and look over old cases where things like this happened.
Okay, O.J. Simpson,
Oh, really?
Mercury retrograde.
There you go. Wow.
Mercury retrograde.
So let it be known if you're ever going to commit a crime.
That's why I said if you're
And-
gonna commit a crime, do it during Mercury retrograde. Don't do it. Like, don't do it because I don't want
yeah,
to go to hell.
yeah, I know.
And then God gonna be like,
Well,
really, bitch, during Mercury retrograde.
okay,
But
people, we
yeah,
are joking about that part. Just
yeah. So but it's true. You
yeah.
don't do things you don't arrest people during Mercury retrograde because they're gonna get away with it. You wait
Mm,
till after, and then you do
yeah.
it.
Okay.
You
That,
know,
that
so
that
nothing's
explains a lot of
happening.
catch and release, right?
Yes, it's catch and release.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
exactly that. And everybody's going to be disappointed and pissed off. And P. Diddy's going to live his life and he's going to have his best life. And you know what's the worst part? He probably didn't even need his lawyers to
Yeah.
do it. Anyways, that's how bad a Mercury retrograde is.
Hmm.
But it just exposed him. But is it going to make him broke? No. Is he still going to do what he's doing to women? Yes. And men probably. Yes, he's still going to torture them and whatever.
Mhm.
Jennifer Lopez, on the other hand, is having a little bit of a difficult time because she's in her Leo Saturn Dasha,
Ah,
but she's
okay.
also a Libra rising. So
Mhm.
she needs to learn to stop trying to control her situation and just accept it and go with the flow because it's not helping her right now.
Mhm.
So,
I have a question for you. In terms of the Aries, solar eclipse and new moon and everything like that, being a Scorpio, that's my house of health. Will it
Scorpios, okay,
will,
so I've been
will
talking
it
about,
affect? Yeah, will it affect Scorpios' health
yes,
in any?
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Some
Well, look, you
Scorpios, because
Scorpios in the chat. Make sure you pay
okay,
attention.
so listen. So what's happening? The stellium is in your sixth house. A lot of you, especially men, repress your energy. You repress your shit. That causes cancers. So you have a stellium in your sixth house. You could be getting radiation therapy during this time period for the next 6 months. And it's not until September where they kind of like put you in, they take you out of remission. So you really need to be careful with your health at this time. For some of you, you could be getting elective surgery at this time. And guess what? You might be healing or recovering for the next 6 months, or you could be getting another surgery in the next 6 months. So this is dealing with your health issues. For some of you, you're working on yourself, your like mind body consciousness, and really about your health at this time, and really taking care of yourself. Okay. For others of you, especially those of you in your 20s with Pluto and Scorpio, you need to get off the recreational drugs. Okay, because they're going to cause you to have psychosis that you did not expect. So those of you who are like, oh, I do peyote and I
Mhm.
do like mushrooms and stuff, that's great, but it's also going to cause you brain damage because you got Hades and you got Coronis in there. Okay, and that's institutions. So you really don't want to do that because 9th house and 12th house deals with institutionalizations, deals with schizophrenia. Ninth
Oh,
house
okay.
deals with schizophrenia and like psychosis,
And,
mental health issues.
and for how long is this? Is this 6
That
months?
could be all the way up to next year.
Okay. Okay.
And
So
then Pluto's in their
basically,
4th house, institutionalization in the home. So that could be for the next 20 years.
mm.
So
And does that also institution include like hospitals? Like, say you have
yeah.
a yeah a
Yeah.
sickness or
And staying at home and being bedridden and staying at home and dealing with your chemo treatments. Yeah.
something.
So this would be a good and auspicious time to really get a book, get a therapist, get that one person that knows where all the bodies are and that you feel comfortable talking to and talk about your feelings because you need to let go of all your feelings,
Gotcha.
and
Gotcha.
stay away from the pot even. You might stroke out because Hades and Coronis deals with the head. It deals with the
Mhm.
subconscious,
Oh,
so you might end up being like a paranoid schizophrenic. So you really, this is not, do what you want to do.
mhm.
I'm not trying to be like, don't do drugs, don't do drugs, you
Just
know,
say no.
but when I see a stellium in the 6th house and we have a solar eclipse, I'm thinking head injuries. I'm
Mm.
thinking you really gonna mess yourself up. Okay.
So is that for Scorpio risings or
Scorpio rising and sun in Scorpio.
and Sun
Oh,
and Scorpio? Okay.
that will be affected.
What about the Aquarians? We have a few Aquarians in the chat.
Aquarius, not the easiest time for relationships, babies.
Oh, really? Mm.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Not the easiest time for you. There's breakups happening. You are in and out of each other's lives. You're practically roommates. You may live with each other, but you fight like cats and dogs. And you know it too. It's like you have a love hate relationship for your partner. There's a lot of divorces going on in the sign of Aquarius and for Virgo as well with this energy. So,
Mm.
relationships at this time is not easy for you with this energy. So, you could find yourself fighting with your partner. For some of you, you have a lot of lessons with love at this time, okay? Because some of you chase after people who are emotionally unavailable. You know what I'm seeing as I'm doing the readings? A lot of my LGBTQT community, hi, my squirrels, you see, they chase after the straight men and they try to convert the straight and they want the straight man instead of dealing with their community. So it's kind of like you're going to find like a lot of problems with that at this time. So this is a time, if Aquarius will allow it. So over the next 6 months, this could be, I do natal chart readings. You could check out my consultation page. Okay. So for the next 6 months with Aquarius, you're trying to leave your significant other at this time with this energy. Okay. And this is also a time of a move happening for some of you. Why? Because Jupiter is getting ready to leave on go into Gemini on the
Right.
25th.
Right.
Okay. So this could be a time where you want to move as far away as possible from their family and from them. So it's going to be like an hour away and stuff like that. All right. So this is a time of breakups. Okay. Do you have to break up? No, but you really need to learn to let go of your controlling ways and to like really learn to compromise and bend like the palm tree I know you can be, which is really hard.
What about the Pisces? Brenda Tarot is in the chat here. She's
Pisces, it's all about independence, financial freedom, leaving getting out of your comfort zone with this energy here, especially with the financial stability. So for some of you here, this could be your financial situation changing for the better. And then we have something really awesome happening. Venus in Aries getting ready to conjunct with North Node. Check out your natal chart if you have Venus in Aries because North Node is conjunct with my Venus, at 13 degrees. But then I have Venus moving very quickly. She's a quick planet. She only spends like 3 weeks or a month. She's moving very quickly towards. So this is a time of soulmates here.
mm,
So you could be finding your soulmate during this time period over the next 6 months, if not till next year. Pisces can get booed up. So for some Pisces, you're still married at this time with this energy. This could be an ending of your important relationship. Why? North Node not well aspected and is opposing your South Node. Then the moon comes conjunct, be on the right side of the damn law. Okay. So if you have to leave important relationships in your life, then you have to go. If you are financially dependent on your husband or you are comfortable, it's time to get uncomfortable, my freaking
Mhm.
fishies. This is not the time to be comfortable because God won't allow it now. Fate
Mhm.
is intervening. You are being put on your destiny. We are coming out of our dasha and entering Leo dasha. So at this time, whatever gave you that financial stability, you're going to have to create or come up with ways to create financial stability for yourself. For others of you who are already there, you could be walking away from responsibilities at this time. You could be on the search for your soulmate during this time period as well. Okay, so that's what's going on there. No more being comfortable. Now it's time to get comfortable with being
Mhm.
uncomfortable. Okay.
Wow, that's a lot for Pisces, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Going to be going through some crazy waters. Looks
Yeah,
like.
you
Uh,
know, I
what
mean, but
about
it's gonna be okay, you
what
know?
about the Capricorns? They just went through this craziness with the Pluto and everything.
Ooh,
What about the Cap?
well, it's not the
Are they?
easiest time for Capricorn either because they're trying to climb the corporate ladder at this time with this energy here. And some of them are really going through some karmic times right now. So, this is not the easiest time for them emotionally. For some of them, they're at a crossroads with their careers, and their careers are changing at this time. For
Mhm.
others, they're literally going through some really harsh karma with family, okay? Because North Node is, let me see, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries is in their fourth house. So
Right.
it's like the college ones, those of you who are 17 through at least probably 30 and you're still in college, this is your parents trying to guilt you into staying home and being about family and taking care of older family members at this time, or taking care of their children at this time. So a lot of you could quit college and stop your education at this time, and so that could set the precedence for destiny. So this is a time for destiny for you, and you don't want to be in your 40s going back to school. So
Mhm.
you need to stop being loyal to your parents. I know that's really bad to say, but you need to do you, boo boo, and you need to think about your future. Okay. So this is a time for destiny for you with this energy here. For some of you, this is a move happening for you. For others of you, stellium in your fourth house.
Mhm.
Rebellion, not well aspected with Hades and Coronas. So you are not getting along with those in authority during this time period, and you're really fighting those in authority. But remember, everything is cause and effect at this time with this energy. So you need to learn to pick and choose your battles with other people. You need to learn to be about bigger picture with this energy, and you need to learn a lot of lessons with patience. And don't go testing your love relationships at this time, especially older love relationships, because you're going to find that they're going to have no patience for you either, and they're going to want to leave. A lot of you are fighting with family during this time period. So this is like, and you need to stop being influenced by other people because other people are pointing the wrong direction at you. Okay. Yeah.
That's great. That's a great assessment. And again, this is the 6 month time frame.
And this is 6 months, and I would even give it to next year too. So
Okay.
just be really careful.
I can definitely see that. Miss Bikini is in the chat here. She wants to know about Taurus.
Taurus, ooh, third, sixth, ninth, 12th, all about, and you got 12th house, subconscious.
Right.
You are all about silence of the damn lambs. You are using this time to work on your damn self and be by yourself. You are going through it. It's a rough time for you. You're going through it emotionally. For some of you, you're working on yourself during this time period. For others of you, it's like a rhinestone cowboy. And it's like,
Rest in
woo.
peace, Glenn Campbell.
Rest in peace, Glenn Campbell. But it is your rhinestone cowboy moment. So this is what we call This is what we call a spiritual awakening.
Mm,
So, yeah, so your
wow,
emotional self, your ego is going through a lot of changes at this time with this
that
energy. So, this is a time to rise above that. Use this time to work on yourself, to focus on you and your beautiful energy at this time. Okay. Let go of grief. Don't hold on to grief because that will only drive you crazy. Now, for a lot of you here, I feel you feel things a lot more intensely at this time. So it's not the time to go picking and fighting with other people at this time because your reactive self is, ooh. Okay. But you prefer to be more by yourself. You prefer to be more in your head, and it's not the place for you to be. So work on healing and processing whatever is coming up at this time and putting it into perspective and let it go, boo boo. And this is over the next 6 damn months. Okay.
wow.
So for real, bend like the damn palm tree. I know you can be, and let it go, Elsa. Let it go.
I can definitely see that for the Tauruses. Also, what about Gemini?
Gemini,
Yeah.
well, like
It
I've been saying, it's a revolving door of freaking friends, isn't it? It's like, oh, leave, oh, come back, oh, leave, oh, come back. So it's going to continue being like that. It's the same song and dance for the next 6 months. But for some of you, this is a time of future because you have a stellium in your 11th house. So this could be a great time. You know, if you got to quit your job or you get fired, because that's more than likely to happen, let it happen because you're being put on your destiny journey at this time. For others of you, you have a lot of lessons with those damn friends, okay? A lot of lessons. And it's not fun. And it's going to be like that for the next 6 months with this energy,
but
alrighty?
with Jupiter going into Gemini, I think that'll give them a little bit more
Okay,
room.
so Jupiter goes into Gemini, right?
Mhm,
We have, okay, so the thing about Jupiter, when it goes into the first house, it's great, it's fine, it's
mhm.
fabuloso. But then when it goes in retrograde, it's another
Retro
story.
yeah,
And
it's
then it's in Gemini. So we're restless, we're anxious, and we're kicking out people out of our lives because we're blaming everything on everybody else at this time with this energy. So at that time, may I suggest to
mhm,
my beautiful gems that you delve into prayer, law of attraction, and you go within and you manifest, 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 and you learn to be patient and you learn to focus on the things you can control because
mhm.
that's how you're going to get through that damn retrograde. Because let me tell you, I'm going to be very, very rich with my Geminis because when you're in Jupiter in retrograde, y'all going to be crying about it and going, Marie, anything.
Right?
Yeah, it's going to be intense.
What about the Leos in the crowd?
Oh my God. Well, you are in your Saturn Dasha. You're fighting with family at this time with this energy. You're not getting along with family, and your family dynamics are changing at this time. Okay. For some of you, you know, you do have a stellium in your ninth house. Ninth house deals with responsibilities and taking care of your business and not like your home business. This is your personal responsibilities. Okay. Like your passports, your driver's license, your homeowner's loans, your social services. So that's all going to change at this time. So if you've been avoiding your responsibilities, all your responsibilities are going to start to catch up with you
Mm,
during this time period. For some of you, it's a beautiful energy. It's a time for destiny. It's a great time for those of you in media and social media because you have so much energy up there. But the thing is, look at Jennifer Lopez.
mm,
Okay. I sorry, Jen from the block. I love you. Okay. Because she loves astrology too. I
yeah.
love you. So, but my advice to her is that to hide for now, because you have the stellium in your ninth house, to take your licks and don't respond to any of the comments that are being done to you and don't respond to anything because this could also be the time of your downfall.
Mm,
Okay. So sometimes we just, and it's during the Mercury retrograde. Come on, boo boo. You know, it's kind of like blah, 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 blah. You know, it's like that. You just have to take it like that with a grain of salt. So, those of you in media and social media, this may not be the easiest time period for you because you can get very reactive. Not the best time for traveling. Those of you who are traveling, stay on the right side of the law. Don't provoke the natives, okay?
mm,
Because next thing, and I wouldn't be traveling in Europe or anything like that because they're probably going to be rioting, or stay on the right side of the law because ninth house deals with the popo. So
mhm.
you could find, and also be careful when driving because you could be playing bumper cars. And this could be for those of you 40 and 44. Long term lawsuits are going to be coming up over this car accident. So be
Oh.
careful. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's interesting tidbit. I think we got Sagittarius. Oh, yeah, Love Bug Blues wants Sagittarius.
Sagittarius, it's the same thing. North Node in the fifth house. Some of you have karmic relationships coming up
Mm.
because the fifth house has a stellium in it, and the fifth house is the house of karmic love. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, because it just depends what's going on with your compatibility report. But for some of you here, it could be a situation where you get pregnant with somebody and somebody leaves you, or they are in your life now for the next 18 years.
Oh, wow.
That kind of karma. So you need to be careful with sex. And I don't want to be doom and gloom, and I don't want to get scare anybody, but you need to learn to get to know people, and don't be so trusting of people at this time because you're super gullible for some reason. And I think it's because sometimes Aries can be super trusting and super, like they believe you at face value. You're not very discerning when it comes to the friends, and the friends can be very nasty. I
Mm.
wouldn't go traveling with the friends because we can unfortunately hear about certain murders going on, like with the friends, and the friends beating up the poor Sagittarius because they were jealous of the Sagittarius, and then they killed her
Yeah.
in a different country and stuff. Like, we can hear about that again. So
Oh,
you need to be careful. Don't go traveling with the friends over
mm,
the next 6 months. I feel friends are going to be a revolving door. I feel like you have a lot of lessons of
mm,
discernment when it comes to love, and you can't just willy-nilly jump into love. For
mm.
some of you here, let me see, I got to think about it. So give me a second. So Gemini is the seventh house. No, wait. Gemini's seventh house, Cancer.
Mm.
Cancer is in the eighth house. It deals with your sexual organs. So you could be getting some kind of STD for the rest of your life, and that is a karmic relationship. So you need to be careful where you go, doing the deed, because you're gonna find yourself with an STD. So this is not the best time to
Oh,
be
my.
dipping and doing with other people. So get to know your partner,
Yeah.
take them to the free clinic, get some clocks, bleach that shit downstairs, and do what you got to do. But other than that, it's going to be like this. Can
Oh,
I see your STD report? Did you get your blood test back? Oh, you can't have this. You should do that because it's a real thing. And that is karma,
you're-
because I can't kill you in this life, but I'll give you a sexually transmitted disease. Why not? Okay.
Well, what if it happens during Mercury retrograde?
Then you're going to get another one. It's going to be like, damn.
Oh, my
You're
goodness.
going to get the lice. You're going to get the genital warts next year.
Okay. I think I've lost my train of thought here. I
I'm
think we've
sorry.
covered we've
I got
covered
her
all.
at STDs
Oh,
and
there's
genital
only
warts,
two.
and she just went.
There's only two signs we haven't covered. I think it's Aries and Libra. So,
Okay, so Aries, this is all about a lot of self realizations. Oh, we didn't cover Cancer either. Okay, so this is
oh,
all
I'm
about
always forgetting
self
about Cancer.
self realizations
Yeah.
and taking initiative in your life and being the change in your life. Just, can we hold off till like when Mercury goes direct before we are the change?
Mhm.
So for some of you, you're working on yourself with this energy here. For others of you, you're moving, you're not getting along with family members during this time period, because why? Hades and Coronas in your fourth house, okay? And then it's forming a cardinal sign with the first, seventh, fourth house. And then there's a T square, big ass T square between that. And then California. Oh my God, what's going on in California? So,
Right.
anyways, then we have Ceres in Capricorn, and then we have Caputo in Capricorn. So we only have two planets in your 10th house. So the focus is going to be on family. You see, when you have more planets in other houses, those are the houses that are going to be affected. Welcome to Astrology 101. So you're gonna feel this energy. So this could be working on yourself. This is you moving. This is you renovating your home, not getting along with family members at this time. Divorces could be happening at this time with this energy here as well. Apollo is in retrograde in the sign of Scorpio, and that's in your eighth house. So that's kind of like a Mercury retrograde. So this is kind of like putting your ducks in a row and taking care of business and getting your personal life all in order. So for the next 6 months, you could be all about your financial situation and trying to get unstuck from your current, like if you're living with somebody, You're trying to get unstuck and you don't want nothing to do with that person, and you want self-reliance and independence at this time. So
Oh,
that could take 6 months before
yeah,
that happens.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah. What about the Libra? I have Libra rising.
Libra bitches. Are you done going through like all your damn opinions at this time and listening to everybody else's opinions? They're not done. They want change, but they're just sitting on their hands and they're like, oh, Mercury's in retrograde, but I'm going to think about the changes I want to make, but I'm not going to make no changes at this time. So it's not until Libra season where you decide to leave that relationship, where you decide to quit your job. But the problem is with that part right there is that if your job starts getting better after Libra season, you're not going to quit it and you're probably going to stay. So you have to learn to let go. And it is all about controlling their situation. Why? Because you have Uranus in your eighth house, but you get a little bit of a reprieve because Jupiter moves into your ninth house. So this could be like career does start getting better after the 25th of June for you, and you start getting your way with other people. But the problem with that is that Jupiter has to be well aspected in order to do so. So then you could find yourself having more problems because when you have planets in your ninth house and they're not well aspected, that means obstacles with government agencies, obstacles with communications and getting your way. And then you can expect delays with that. So that's what's going to go on there.
Okay.
But a beautiful time for thoughts to become things.
Nice. Nice manifestation. So I guess Cancer is the last one.
Cancers. Oh my God. Same like Libra. You are sitting on your hands about major decisions that you want to make because you can't let go. This could be dealing with your relationships. This could be dealing with career. And there's a lot of truth being revealed all around you, but you're not ready to let go. Okay. So for some of you, if you're in a bad relationship, you might stick it out for the next 6 months
Mhm.
before you decide, F this, I'm out. Then when it comes to career, I feel like when Mercury goes direct, career gets better. Okay, I'm happy again. For
Mhm.
some of you here, you might go, and the problem is you have North Node in your 10th house. When you have North Node in your 10th house, it has nothing to do with your career. Period, point blank. That bitch is not helping you grow. It's all about being responsible for other people.
Oh,
Okay. So for a lot of you in family relationships, you could find yourself taking care of family. And for some of you, you don't want to do that because whatever else is going on in your natal chart. So you could be like seriously just like going through it emotionally at this time when really you got to take care of everybody else. So you can find that certain responsibilities with family is going to be placed on you. Okay. And you don't want that responsibility for some of you. So for some of you, that could be thrusted on you because you guys want to be about your friends, you want to party, you want to keep the party going. And it's
mhm.
like, nope, nope, nope. Now you got to deal with the responsibilities of a relationship and what it's like to be in a relationship. For some
Wow.
of you, you could relate more to your father at this time with this energy here as well and needing to be more responsible with family. For others of you, God forbid, you could be taking care of husband. The men in your life could be brain damage, God forbid, or going through some kind of thing where they need you to be about them at this time and then you become the breadwinner with this energy. For some of you, you could actually be like, think Britney Spears, financially supporting your family and not even knowing that you're doing it.
Wow.
Hmm.
Wow. That's something. Huh. Well, I was just thinking when you were talking about the whole getting back to the Scorpio, and you were talking about the institutionalized and so forth.
Yes.
But now I'm relating it to Diddy because he's a Scorpio. So is it possible
Oh,
maybe
house
he could?
arrest.
Yeah, exactly.
He's going to get very sick from this situation. He might get like some kind of cancer too.
Mhm.
Because, when we deal with something so traumatic like this and being accused of being called a pedo and all that stuff, that really F's up somebody's head.
Well,
So,
especially if it's true and you're doing all of this stuff,
right. But even if it's
then you're
not true,
messed up anyway.
going to court sucks. Going to jail or being accused of things live and being exposed is
Right.
that's what's happening to him now. He's
Yeah.
being exposed and truth is being revealed. Sixth house
Well,
energy.
a lot of the sources are saying that he was already basically like an informant. The FBI knew
Yeah,
what he.
so he's not going to jail or anything. He's living
So
his
it
best
was
life.
already, they knew. So he probably turned over a while ago. He just kept it going, and sort
Yeah,
of. So he's in cahoots with them. But
yeah,
still,
nothing's gonna happen.
there's going to be some
Oh,
kind
hold on one
of
second.
thing. Yeah.
Betty, I gotta call my assistant. Can you bring my green charger over here, please?
Yeah.
Hold on. I gotta get my little assistant.
How old is your son now?
He is 10 years old, going to be 11
Wow.
April
He-
30th.
Wow. He's a Taurus.
He's well, he will tell he's a Libra rising, but he will tell you, I may be, what did you say to mommy? I may be a sun in Taurus, but I love my Scorpio side and I will use it. And I'm like, no. And so he tells it like it really is and how
Yeah.
it's gonna be. Like he said, like it's just some of the shit he comes out of his mouth is just like, I mean, my friend Marvin is dead, but I swear to God, he falls to the floor sometimes in heaven when he hears the stuff that comes out of my son's mouth because it's like, oh my God.
My
True
goodness.
true story.
Oh, wow. So, and getting back to this whole eclipse thing, do you think that there's going to be like the likelihood of some type of cyber attack or some type of thing happening like on North American soil, like not happening somewhere else?
Cyber attacks? No, because it's not you know why? It's not in Gemini. It's
Oh,
not
that's
in
true.
Libra.
Yeah, communication,
And the
right?
only thing that's there is Pluto. Let me see. Is there anything going on with Pluto? So that's why I don't feel like it's going to be cyber because Aries, what is it? It's the god of war,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
So it's about
Okay.
war. It's about fighting. So there's going to be a lot of violence. There could be a lot of car accidents, So Leos, be careful. Don't,
Well,
make sure you got paid your car
yeah, especially
insurance.
the Leos need to be careful.
Pay your car insurance, okay? Because
And
yeah.
the Saggies need to be careful
And
that they're
Pluto
not
is well aspected.
what's that?
Pluto is well aspected. There will be
Oh,
divorces because Pluto is also opposing Vulcan. So there's a lot of endings coming up. But Pluto is like quintiling the South Node, quintiling Jupiter, quintiling Midheaven, quintiling Sedina, sextiling Venus, quintiling somebody else. Yeah, the only person that is Pluto semi-squaring Saturn. So for some of you, with the symbiotic relationships, you could be going through it, but that's about it, So you could be fighting with your doctor tomorrow. That's gonna be fun.
especially the Sagittarians if they've been having
Yeah,
discriminate sex, right?
so be careful with that. You're gonna be fighting with family outside the home because Saturn's in Pisces and then Pluto's in the fifth house. So you could be fighting with your children tomorrow.
Oh boy.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, maybe they're going to be trying to look at the eclipse without the sunglasses or the special glass.
Something, or trying not to go to school, or we're
Yeah,
dealing with prom, so we can see a lot of meltdowns happening with the prom.
true.
So that could be happening, but Pluto's well aspected, so we're not
Oh,
going to see no cyber
so
attacks.
acts are probably out. What about earthquakes? Because we're already
Earthquakes,
experiencing.
yes, we're going to go through it again.
Oh,
Winds, possibly tornadoes, floods could happen during this time period. The weather,
oh,
lightning, I would stay
mm,
inside,
mm.
so things like that can happen.
What's the weather supposed to be like in Ohio tomorrow?
I have no clue.
Okay.
Apparently, my son's going to be going outside to go watch the eclipse. So,
Do you
like,
have?
I'm so busy, like, with this business that I
Yeah.
I really, and then plus with my son, and I'm a single mom, so it's not like, I got time to watch the news and stuff like that. 2 o'clock in the morning is my me time. I mean, that's so pathetic, but it's so true. And then I wake up at 7 and I start it all over again. I'm like surprised I'm like not like passing out.
So you're not going to watch the eclipse?
I do astrology all the time. I really don't
Yeah.
care.
I mean, it's only going to take a couple minutes.
No, I'm not gonna watch the eclipse for a couple minutes. I'm probably gonna be in a freaking reading tomorrow.
Oh,
So no, so Tuesday there's gonna be rainstorms happening. So these rainstorms are probably gonna be really nasty rainstorms.
okay.
What do you want?
Can I take out the
What?
can I take
No,
out-
did you turn the stove off?
Yeah.
Okay, then just leave it alone. It's fine. It's fine. Dinner's done.
What?
What?
Dinner's done?
No, don't take it out of the oven. Okay.
So, do you think that the energies of this whole eclipse thing had anything to do with the New York
Yeah,
earthquake?
yeah.
So
We
yeah.
feel the eclipse 2 weeks before and 2 weeks
Okay.
after.
All
And
right.
it's not well aspected.
Okay.
Like it sucks.
Yeah. All right. So there could end up being more.
Yes.
And then possible like floods or things like that.
Yes. Or tsunamis.
Yeah. Okay. Oh wow, tsunamis too
New
around the.
Zealand, I feel sorry for you. Yeah.
Well, like I was saying that there is a cross, like the way it's going, where
Yeah.
it's gonna be more visible.
Certain facilities could blow up on this day. So
Okay.
like nuclear power plants, or it could be just like last time we had the eclipse, a
Mm,
train was had like nuclear like radiation and went to this part of, I don't live near nowhere near this in Ohio, but
mm.
like
Oh,
destroyed
are
a
you
whole
talking about Palestine, Palestine, Ohio?
yeah,
Yeah,
Palestine.
yeah. Okay,
That's gonna happen again.
remember
So
that.
that could happen again.
Yeah.
So, and it sucks too because I live like near a nuclear power plant.
Well, it is on that cross. It is going like Texas,
Yeah, so
and
we
then
could see something. So power plants could be
Florida
affected.
as well. Florida is coming
Florida, I think flooding,
flooding. Yeah.
more flooding.
Uh oh. Better watch out, Mama Bear. She's in Florida. Look out.
Oh,
Head for dry land.
tornadoes, flooding. So we're gonna see problems with the weather this
Yeah.
week.
Okay. So then that could carry on for a little while, right? Afterward.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
could
for the
be.
next 2 weeks. 2 weeks we feel this energy. 2 weeks before and 2 weeks after. So we
And
started seeing the earthquakes. There's probably gonna be a lot more. You
right.
know, probably not as strong. Why? Because we're doing this on eclipse season. And then we have some secondary planets that are still in retrograde. So it's not, I know we want to see like God and stuff. And it's like it's more about internal and personal changes that are happening, you
That
know?
that makes sense. Yeah. It's sort of
Yeah.
prompting people to, make these changes. If anybody's
Yeah.
sitting on the fence for a long time about their job, their relationship, whatever, it looks
Exactly.
like this is going to push you over the fence, right? Get
This
off.
is like this it's supposed to, but Cancer and Libra is gonna sit there and be like, I forgive it. And
Yeah.
then come when Libra season comes, you're not gonna forgive it as much, and then you may decide what you're gonna do at this time.
Gotcha. Okay. And what do you think of? We are dealing with the god of war here, Aries. What do you think the chances of something like breaking out in terms of that kind of thing, potential war?
Okay, so the reason why that's not happening, because so during the Vietnam War, we had North Node and South Node in Capricorn and Cancer. And on
Mhm.
top of that, there was a stellium, I think it was in Capricorn when
Yeah.
that happened. So nothing is going on with Capricorn. So
Right.
Capricorn is what? Saturn energy.
Mhm.
Capricorn is what? Authority in the 10th house of Aries, and it
Right.
barely has anything going on.
Mhm.
So because we have, I think it's going to be all about our home is going to be affected. So weather, hurricanes, well, no, not well, hurricanes. Okay, I'll keep that in
Mhm.
there. Tornadoes, that kind of stuff is going to affect us in
Floods,
our personal life.
earthquakes.
Relationships, family dynamics are going to change at this time. Because if we had a stellium in
Mm,
Capricorn, yeah, I'd be like, ooh,
right. Okay.
this is
So you're
not good.
saying that the combativeness, the warlike behavior could be breaking out in your own family or
In
your
your own
relationships.
family.
Yeah. Okay.
In your own family. But when it comes to like outside, it's gonna be more like terrorists,
Yeah.
like the kids born in 1993s and six, because they got a stellium in Capricorn.
Mm.
So they could
Oh,
be like rioting, they
right.
could be fighting with each other. A lot of like I don't know how old is that, 30-year-olds, 35-year-olds could be going to jail. They could be really affected by this energy. So those of you with stelliums in Capricorn born in the 90s, you could be personally really affected. Like it's gonna be life changing. Like you could get kicked out of your house,
Oh,
evicted. Like it's
yeah,
going
yeah.
down. Like shit going down in your life. Okay. For the rest of us, because we've been through shit, we ain't going through shit. Okay. It's gonna be like a lot of self realizations and a lot of stuff happening around some of us, but some of us is gonna be like more emotional and more about getting our stuff together. But those of you born in the 90s, because you have that stellum, you're going to really feel this energy. And it's going to
Do
be like, oh my gosh.
do you think they could be the ones starting the problems? Like, say it's on the street,
Yeah,
people.
like
Yeah.
instigating it, starting riots. Maybe that's why I think California could be
Mhm.
having some riots with the kids that are born in the 90s
Yeah.
because they're probably gonna riot or they're gonna loot. So looters could be more out and about in the main cities at this
Yeah,
time, like
especially New
Florida
York,
or New
right?
York.
Like New York for sure, I can see that.
California. So yeah, we
Yeah.
could see that happening. So those of you born in the 90s, take care. Be about bigger picture. I love you.
Yeah.
I support you. Okay?
Exactly, just don't start any fights, please.
Just be on
No
the right side of
rioting.
the law because
Yeah.
this is going to be for the next 6 months. And for some of you, this is a time for destiny. So don't do things that you're going to later regret because Aries, what is it? Cause and effect. So everything is cause and effect. For your reaction, there is an equal or better reaction. So
Reaction.
God forbid, it's not worth
Okay.
it.
Yeah. Oh, wow. On this note, I will turn you over to the chat. If you have any questions for Marie, please address them now. It's my bathroom break and I shall be returning.
All
Be right
right.
back, sweetie.
Any questions? Anything? No? I think it's a good thing that there's no questions, but it's okay. If you guys got questions, ask away. Now's your time. Now is your time. So yeah. Taurus, please. Okay. Well, Taurus is going through it emotionally at this time. It's not the easiest time for Taurus. So you could find, well, thank you. So you could find that you're going through it emotionally. You could be working on yourself at this time. For some of you, it could be more about your physical health at this time with this energy here. Do you have your own? Oh, thank you. No, well, you know what? I do double Virgo Marie if there is time. Oh, Virgo's going through it emotionally with their relationships too. And North Node is in your eighth house and you have a stellium in your eighth house. So it's kind of like Pluto energy, build it back up. So for some of you, love relationships can come to an end at this time with this energy. For others of you, your financial situation, for better or for worse, could be changing. I would be on the right side of the law. For some of you here, what is eighth house energy? Truth being revealed. So I know a lot. I had once upon a time, and this is also a karmic house too. Eighth house, ninth house, 12th house are karmic houses. So you could be dealing with a lot of karma at this time. So if you stole for people, then you gonna get stole too. For some of you, I would stay on the right side of the law during this time period because you could be dealing with court for the next 6 months. You could be going to jail for some of you, so I would be really careful with that. For some of you, you do have lessons with money because some Virgos, they stole in the past and stuff and did stuff like that. So that could be catching up with them at this time with this energy. So I would be careful with that. For others of you, this is fighting with family at this time, not getting along, trying to be the glue in your family, the matriarch or the patriarch. And you might find that to be very difficult at this time with this energy. Um, I'm Marie. It's just if you type in Marie Moore, I'll pop up on the YouTube channel. Oy vey. So I would be careful with that. I would look up if you have the moon in Aries returning, I would look it up and see what is trining and what's going on in your natal chart. And I also do readings too. I'm doing the $20 email readings. So if you got the moon in Aries in your house and you want to see how it's going to affect you over the next 6 months, then, check it out. Marie Moore, Astrologer, because some of you do got your moon returning. So this is going to be a powerful energy, but also you're repeating your things. So then you got to see where the moon in Libra is because you have the south node in Libra and the earth is also at play in the sign of Libra. The earth is at 19 degrees and south node is at 15 degrees at this time. You can check out Astro Theme. I really like that one for free natal chart. And it doesn't do natal chart interpretations, but they help you look up your natal chart to see what's going on so you could better understand it with the secondary planets, not all of them, but with them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I see JC is in the chat. Hi, JC. I haven't seen her in a chat yet, so it's nice to see her. She's like multiple planets in Capricorn, JC.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she has like 5 planets in Capricorn. Wow,
Ooh.
wild. Yeah, so I want to ask you a question as well about the energies that we're all feeling. Like everybody I talk to says people are crabby, like even
Yeah,
older
even
people
I am.
who have no idea. Like these old people who have no idea. I live in a retirement community, so there's a lot of oldies around here, and they have no idea what's going on. They don't even watch the news or anything like that. They have no idea that the eclipse is even happening. Yet their mood has switched like big time, where they're becoming super withdrawn, quiet,
Mhm.
or nasty and upfront and in your face. So what is going on there? Everybody I talk to, it's like I just want to stay away from people right now. It's like no, no.
Well,
Uh,
I forgot, but Venus in Aries is all about, let me say whatever it is on my damn mind, but she's also opposing the Lilith moon in Virgo. So, what does Virgos like to do? Complain, bitch, criticize everybody. Yeah, I'm calling you out on your shits. Okay, just admit it. Okay. All right. Complain, bitch, and all that stuff. But then it's with Venus. So now people are just like screaming and yelling about it because they're going through it. So we can see a lot of outbursts happening at this time because what we've been doing, acting cordial, being
right.
repressed, repressed. Now we're
And
not doing that. Now we're like, blah. And it's like, whoa,
and
you
is
know.
that going to dissipate after
Uh,
the eclipse? Uh, Okay, so you're saying basically after the eclipse, it's not going to be a big like relief, and people are going to start acting normal again.
Okay, let me see when people are gonna start acting nice. I feel like after the 16th, because Vulcan goes direct, that we're gonna see better energy.
Mhm.
Okay, happening. We're still gonna go through the T square with Chiron, which is all about strap your boots up and get over it and
Mhm.
stuff like that. And why are you using me and stuff? So we're gonna see a lot of that. All right, but it starts to get better. Okay, Vulcan
It's going
goes
to get better.
direct. So now we're not in our feelings about things. We're
Mhm.
not feeling a sense of entitlement at this time. And Vulcan is in Leo for the next 78 years or something like that. So it's a very long transit. Hades and Coronis are also long transits that are in there to 2043 and 2042. I think Coronis goes into Leo. And when 2043 and 42 happens, that's going to be nasty energy because it's Leo
Really? Eh?
energy.
Oh, wow. Just by the way, there's somebody in the chat who wants to know what sign. She's a Pisces. She wants to know what sign you are. You're a
I'm a
Pisces.
Pisces.
What about your moon?
Moon in Taurus.
Taurus. Okay. And they say that people who have a like say okay, your son's Taurus sun and your Taurus moon, they say that moon and sun connect almost better than like if you were
We
a
do. We
they say
really,
that they connect really, really well if you're with somebody who has the same moon. I know, like, my husband is a Capricorn, but his, Pisces is his moon sign, and he gets along beautifully with
yeah,
Pisces.
but that's because you're a Libra rising with Scorpio he was with like Scorpio rising. I mean,
Yeah.
he's blessed. I mean, that's like all his compatibility checklist
Yeah.
stuff you're
Yeah.
hitting right there.
Sure. I know.
So yeah, that's also a reason why
It
too.
it seems like they say, and I've seen this before, where with married couples, like, where they're married to their moon sign. The other
Hmm.
person's moon is in their sign.
I
And
was
you see this.
actually the south node, or was it no, the north node is in my ex-husband's eighth house in the sign of Pisces.
Mhm.
So
Oh, okay. So what sign was he?
he is a sun in Gemini and he's a Leo rising.
Oh, wow. And you were together for 14 years?
Yes, but that's because Pisces and Leo get along
True.
really, really well because Pisces tends to be the submissive, and
Mm.
then Leo is like the king. So it's kind of like, I bow down to you. And then Gemini and Pisces gets along too. It's
Oh,
just that the problem with him is that he had Sun and Gemini in his 11th house.
mm.
Plus, he's 8 years younger than me. So he had Pluto and Scorpio. So
Oh,
that makes
cool.
them, they have a lot of lessons with love and
Uh,
fidelity. So he couldn't like keep his dick in his pants long enough for me. So I was just like, fine, go.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
I don't care how sweet Pisces is. Sometimes you just gotta go.
it's like once you do that to me, out.
Mm. Well, that's the thing. I mean, I have had Pisces people in my life, and I love Pisces people. I just adore them. But I noticed that a lot of times they put up with stuff in their relationships that I
Yes.
think that they shouldn't be putting up with.
I put up with his alcoholism for 14 years. I put up with him financially destroying me financially because I made a lot of money. You make a lot of money doing this.
Uh,
And he said I demasculated him. And I feel like a lot of reasons why my business didn't flourish was because he wanted me to be all about him all the time
right,
and
right.
always drama, 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 because of the alcoholism. But he also liked drama. That was in his natal chart. So I was like, oh, damn,
Show
so
me a Gemini that doesn't like drama.
and then and it's funny because in my natal chart I have Venus in my second house, and Venus in the second house in Pisces means that you spend a lot of money, but I wasn't spending the
Oh,
money. It was
oh,
him spending all my money. So that's what that taught me, is
mm,
that you have to be careful, like people using you financially, and that's exactly what he did.
oh, wow. So,
Hmm.
you find yourself in this situation where you have to rebuild your life again
I
from.
have to rebuild it all over again, and it's okay.
Mhm.
You
That's
know.
okay because now the money you make will be all yours. Well, yours and you.
It's gonna be all mine, and I'm not allowing him back into my life, period, point blank, and that's it.
Mm, okay.
You know,
And, this is a time you said yourself that Pisces may find their soulmates, so
I hope so, God willing. I mean,
yeah.
I'm a hermit. I don't go out.
Most
I,
Pisces do, you hide away all the time.
I'm so seriously hiding right now. It's not even funny. It's like
Oh,
I live in my house. I go work out. That's my only time I go out, is I work out. And even men at the gym will try to talk to me and they'll be like, "Hi, I see that you're super focused." I'm like, "Uh-huh."
get away from me. Yeah. Well, it's just like Chris when I was talking to him on the podcast, and he's Pisces too, and he was saying that, he said, "I'm boring. I don't go anywhere. I don't do anything."
Yeah, I know. Everybody thinks I'm freaking exciting, and everybody's like, and it's like, it's so messed up because like I'm trying to make it a point right now to go out of state and like visit my friends, but then the idea of that, I'm like, ooh, I don't
Yeah.
want to go. I don't want to go. And it's and
I
it's
know,
like
I
the
always
more,
say my Pisces are always hiding. It's like, "Stop hiding."
yes,
You're
it's
always
like,
hiding. It's
I
like
don't know.
even
It's just comforting.
and that's the thing that has always got me. My Pisces friends, like, I adore them, but they never wanna come out. They never wanna do anything. It's like, so I hardly ever get to see them.
I'm like a freaking, I get along with Capricorn because it's like I can go without conversation with them years on end.
And
And
yeah,
then they'll be like, hey, la 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 la. And we're the only two that will be like, oh my gosh, la 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 la, and everybody else
right?
will be like, why didn't you call me? Blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. And
But
then with,
you're such a blast, you're so much fun, but, I mean, you
I
do have
know.
fun for company too, so it's not like you're alone. So you have
No, people come over to visit me.
you do? Oh, no. She won't come out, so we have to go to her.
Exactly, exactly. Everybody
Oh,
comes
they
visit
wanna
me.
come and swim in your pond.
They do, but you know what's so cute? I think I make everybody like comfortable because nobody wants to leave, and then everybody wants to stay, and it's like, okay.
Mm. Are you okay with that when people come over?
Yeah, I love it. I am like the hostess with the mostest. Like
Uh,
I will make you feel so comfortable. Even my mother-in-law, she gets sucked in the incubus of my shelter, and she's like, okay. 3 months later, my mother-in-law is still in my house.
okay. So, yeah, you're not lonely, you're just in your house, that's
I'm
all.
a recluse. I'm
Exactly.
sorry.
If
I
anybody
am.
wants to hang out with you, they can come to your house and you'll be fine.
It's such a true story. And then they try to get me to travel, and then I'm like, okay, yeah. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, no, I don't want
No.
to do it. Why am I doing it?
I know I have a Pisces friend who lives like a little bit of a ways from me, and we're always trying to make plans. I think that we're on year 2 now.
I know.
Still hasn't come up.
Because it's I don't know, it's so weird. Even dating for me is weird too. It's like if I feel comfortable with men that I already know, and
Right.
I don't feel if I know you, like, and stuff like that, then it's like, okay, you can come near me. But if it's like I don't know you, it's kind of like you know, stay away. So
And
you have to, like, it's a whole process. I have to be courted, I have to be befriended, and then you can ask me out in a situation.
well, I think too, when it comes to dating, they'd have to come to your house for the date because it doesn't look like
I
you.
know. So you got to visit me online and stuff, and you better hope to God that I friend request your ass. Because if I didn't friend request your ass, why are you talking to me?
Okay, for this weekend, we're gonna date in my living room, and the
you
next
know,
date will
even
be in my kitchen.
I was thinking like I don't want to go anywhere. Like I don't want to go out. I just want to like a perfect date night for me is just like Netflix and watch movies and eat Chinese food. And that would be a perfect date night for me. It's like, why do I
Right.
have to go out? It's like, because
Good.
I'm a really, really good cook. And me and my ex-husband, we never went out because like one time we went out and it was embarrassing. And my son, I told him I make Indian food. And I said to him, get something you never gotten. And he didn't. He got chicken marsala and he ate it right in front of the freaking owner. He goes, Mommy, the chicken marsala tastes like yours. And I'm like, oh my God. Then he goes, Mommy, the rice even tastes like yours. And I'm like, oh my God. And then she said, oh, how cute. You're paying me and my family to cook for you. And I was like, thank you. And I was just like, this is why I don't go out. you
Yeah,
know?
exactly. That makes a lot of sense. You make a good case for staying home.
And one time we went out to a steakhouse. That was the last time we ever went out to the steakhouse because the steak, my ex-husband was like, Marie, try this. And I'm like, oh my God, it tastes like mine.
Mm,
I'm like, what in the hell?
yeah.
And I was just like, that sucks. You
No,
know,
no, because why do you want to go spend a bunch of money to go out and have food that tastes just like yours?
it's like it's not unique to me. So
Yeah.
it's like if I go out, it's like, even the sushi places, I know how to make sushi. And then
Mhm,
it's like, you know, I'm a
mhm.
good cook. I don't know what to say. Like,
Yeah. Well,
you don't need to go out.
that's a good thing. Your son's very lucky.
Oh, he loves it. He loves
Oh,
it.
that's really awesome. Well, I certainly hope we all start feeling much better, at least after this.
When are we going to
Eclipse.
start feeling much better? Let me look. Okay, so I feel like after the 16th, we will start to feel a little bit better because Vulcan goes direct.
Oh,
But
good.
let me look further. So like towards the end of April when Mercury goes direct. Okay, so we're still Hygeia is still there, which I talk about, and Hygeia is all about your health with
Mm,
with the energies, and that's all Hygeia means through the different
okay.
houses. So this you could still be dealing with delays
Mm,
during that time period. But we do have more trines happening, and we have like, yeah, it's a little bit better energy here. Okay, but we still have this stellium going on in Aries, but all the planets are making their way into Taurus. Okay, so then we're a bit more grounded with this
mm,
energy. We have a little bit more common sense, not
mm,
running with our emotions anymore. Now we're
right.
suppressing ourselves like we like to do. Okay, so better energy after Mercury goes direct, which is on the 25th. And then let me see, May 6th. Ooh, way much better energy. The kites start to come in. So we start getting kite energies. We love kites because kites are changes. Okay, we don't
Oh,
like sextiles because it's just opportunities and you have to take initiative and you have to make it happen. So kites
mm,
are good. Trines are good. We have a lot of water trine. So that, and Poseidon is still in retrograde. Apollo's still in retrograde. So it can feel, Apollo is like a Mercury in retrograde. So it can feel like a Mercury in retrograde during this time period while Apollo's there. Zeus is in retrograde, putting restrictions on us with our giving energy. It's in Libra. It's in Libra. So we're thinking about like what is happening. Why are we giving? We're more cognizant of our being taken advantage of. We're a
mm,
bit jaded at this time being taken advantage of. So I give it till May 6th where the energy starts to be better. We still have a stellium in our sign of Aries though for a little bit, but then we only have like Eros, which has been in there for a while and it's almost out. It's at 25 degrees. So this time, so anytime we get like planets from 23 degrees up, we need to look at our natal charts because then we are dealing with interceptions at this time. So if you check out again Astro Theme, I'm not promoting them. I don't get paid by them. I just like to use them a lot. But if you go on there and see where you have the interceptions, that's where you're gonna like stop having like you're not gonna have like certain problems or your situation's gonna change, you know? So it could be like that kind of thing. So we only get Venus for like barely a month before she go for the whole month of April before she goes into Taurus. Can we still have our soulmate? Yes, we can still have our soulmate. It depends what's going on with your natal chart. The North Node is going to be moving like by the time May comes around 14 degrees. Okay. So yeah.
What
So
about the actual eclipse itself? Like after tomorrow, do you think at least some of the tension will be relieved? At least some of it? Because I know that it's adding to like people who are aware of
it's
what is being said in the media and everything. Do you think that maybe at least that part will help
will it
relieve
stop? Yeah.
tension?
Yeah,
Uh,
and we'll forget about it. Why? Because Mercury goes direct on the 25th. We're not even going to talk about it. I can cuss you out and then on the Mercury retrograde, and then you'll be like, hey, you want to come on my podcast again? And it's
yeah,
like, did
right.
I cuss you out? And then you'll be like, I don't remember it. I'll be
Yeah,
like, play the video.
exactly.
Oh, I lost the video. It's going to be like
Yeah,
that, you know?
yeah.
So, anytime I promise you,
Mm.
all the media can be like, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. And then
Well, they're
all
pretty
of a
much
sudden, the
doing.
25th comes.
Mhm,
But guess what? The next time there's like a lunar eclipse or something in Aries
mhm,
and Mercury's in retrograde, or next year when Mercury's in retrograde, they're going to come up with a new conspiracy theory or
mhm.
something like that. Mark my words, Mercury
Well,
retrograde next year.
there's always the conspiracy theories, but
Yeah,
this
it just
time
happens.
this time it's different because there's the conspiracy theories and then there's also the legacy media. Because I do independent journalism on the side and
Oh, that's
I
cool.
have to listen to both sides of the story. So I've got to listen to what the conspiracy theorists are saying and I've got to listen to what the mainstream is saying and then figure it out in between. But this time, usually when it's a conspiracy theory, you look into it, there's no basis on the other side. But this time, it's weird because there is cause for concern because the legacy media is also promoting their own little conspiracy about it.
But then get
So it's
this.
confusing.
Next year, around this time with the stellium and Aries, they're going to do it again. They're
Really?
they're gonna do it again because that's the same thing that happened when we came up with that 13th sign.
Yeah.
And every Mercury retrograde, that little bitch sign comes up and people want to talk about it. And I
Mm.
ignore it because you know what? You guys are not going to talk about it after Mercury goes direct. So it's just a cycle now when Mercury goes into Aries and it goes retrograde.
Yeah.
Watch, the news media is going to do this shit all over again. We're going to go into, oh my God, we're dying, we're dying. And then it's
Mhm.
going to be like, poof, nothing.
Yeah, it's just very strange because on the conspiracy side, they're claiming that this could be something because they're planning to do something. They're waiting for the
No.
solar eclipse, and then they're going to do something, and then they're going to blame it on the solar eclipse. Like they're going to cause something and then blame it
So
on.
then we're admitting that astrology is real?
What do you mean?
Well, because you're blaming it on a planet.
Oh
So
yeah,
are we admitting that astrology is
yeah.
real then?
Well, astrology is real as far as I'm
No,
concerned.
they call it a pseudoscience. So are we saying
Yeah.
are we studying astrology now? I mean,
Oh, that's a good point. That's a very good point.
are
Because
we because before we would have never acknowledged the solar
yeah.
eclipse, and now it's the solar eclipse, and now it's like, oh, it's a big deal.
Well,
No,
that's
it's
why.
not, bitches.
That's
You know why?
that.
There's no stellium in Capricorn. If there was a stellium in Capricorn, yeah, I'd say bunker that bitch down. you
Right.
know,
Yeah,
get
exactly.
your canteens out. The sky's falling,
Well,
but it's
this is
not.
why I find this particular situation very confusing because like I said, usually
We're
there's
acknowledging
one
astrology.
side one side saying something, the other side saying something, but usually when they don't mesh together, but this time there's actually a crossover to what both sides are saying. So it's a little
Look at
bit
that.
weird. It's a little bit weird this time because and then they put out on a news break yesterday or something saying that, oh, the right, the alt right is putting up a bunch of conspiracy theories about what's going on with the solar eclipse, but
Nothing's
meanwhile
happening.
they're leaving out the fact that they themselves started it with all of these things on
So
CNN and
mass media is acknowledging astrology. So we're saying the stars are affecting us because that's
CNN.
astrology.
CNN is acknowledging it.
That is acknowledging it. And
Yeah,
everybody's
exactly.
acknowledging it.
Everyone is. So,
Hello,
yeah,
Pluto and Aquarius. Hey,
I
bitches.
I was
We're doing
just
this on a
gonna
Mercury
say that.
retrograde.
I was just gonna say that because I heard a guy many, many years ago talk about when Pluto is in, Aquarius, that what's gonna happen is the world is going to start acknowledging, astrology, and it's going to become a part of mainstream. So I can totally, and I was just gonna say it, and you said it like a second before I was gonna say it. Pluto in Aquarius.
I said that when I was on your first podcast. Check out her first podcast. I did say that shit. And I
You did,
said Pluto is an Aquarius. So we're gonna start acknowledging we are in the
right,
age of Aquarius. So
right,
this is it. So now we're acknowledging astrology. So,
yeah.
but we're doing this on a Mercury retrograde, people, and there's not a stellium in Capricorn. So, my 90s babies, you're going to be affected by this. If you have a stellium in Capricorn, you're going to be affected by this energy.
Yeah.
So, I feel bad for you. Okay, so yeah.
Oh, here's Marky.
Wow, we're acknowledging the world is acknowledging
I
astrology now.
know, and that's what you did say it on the last podcast. I did a video last year about the coming of the age of Aquarius, and I mentioned it then, but I remember a guy talking about it like 6 years ago.
So there you
He was
go.
saying that they were going, it was like part of his predictions for the future in the age of Aquarius. And he had mentioned that, and it's like, yeah, actually, now that we're talking about this and the fact that the mainstream media is acknowledging it, yeah, so here we are now, right?
Here we are.
Here
Here
we
we
are.
are.
It's finally
And
it's
now,
hitting.
and now, you know what that means? Because P. Diddy's going to get away with this because now they're going to be talking about how they did it on a Mercury retrograde and stuff like that. Now, watch, our legal system is probably not going to do shit to people until Mercury goes direct.
True.
Or not start wars during Mars in retrograde and stuff. So this is going to be
Or or
interesting.
maybe they were aware of the retrograde and they
Because you know
actually
what happened?
didn't want to arrest him. So because he is an FBI informant, so they arrested him on the retrograde knowing it
Ye-
wouldn't stick.
ah.
Ah,
When did
there's
they
another
arrest
twist.
him?
They arrested him. Well, they didn't. They arrested his son. They didn't actually arrest him. They went to supposedly go arrest him, but no
Oh,
arrest.
so then they didn't arrest him yet.
No, no,
Oh, so I'm
no.
gonna have to do my astrology for real on this. Okay,
I
so yeah,
know.
I'll do that. I
Yeah.
already got the Tyson fight. That's interesting too.
Mm-hmm. There's
July 9th, July 9th, Jake Paul is gonna try to get out of it.
mm-hmm. Really?
And he has Saturn and Aries. He's gonna fuck up because he didn't read his contract.
Mm,
That contract is a
really?
nasty ass contract. He's gonna keep his mansion, but he
Uh,
basically sold his soul, and I think he like sold his name to Netflix or whoever's doing it.
mhm.
And Mike Tyson's ready for the fight. He's like a train, and
Right.
Jake Paul on the 9th, before it even starts, is gonna start calling his lawyers up. Not even calling lawyers up. Lawyers are gonna be calling him because he's gonna want to back out on it.
Really? Wow. Ah. And
He's gonna just, huh?
what sign is he?
Let
Jake
me see.
Paul?
Hold on, because I started doing his natal chart in regards to that, and like going through the month of July. And in July, July 9th, he starts making his own decisions. Doesn't listen to anybody. Takes his own damn advice. Lawyers will be calling him, and he's gonna decide to get out of this ring. He's a Cancer rising.
Oh, Cancer rising. Mark just said in the chat he's already trying to back out.
Yeah, and he
Mhm.
didn't read his contract.
Oh, wow.
And on top of that, he has Saturn in Aries. So what's going to happen? It's going to destroy his social media influencing career, and people are going to like disown him and leave his life.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty drastic.
And he has South Node and Saturn in Aries.
Okay, Nina says star for president. Woo! I'll take it. No, it's just so crazy what's happening right now. I'm so glad you could make it to come on the podcast. I know you're super busy, and I really appreciate this. But there's just so much fascinating stuff. I've been looking into this ever since I started noticing it. Like I knew from the conspiracy side what they were talking about with the CERN and opening up this portal, and then when I started seeing it from, because I always have to check when you're doing journalism, you have to check both sides of the fence. You can't just go along one, right? You have to
Right.
do your research and then go to the other side. So I was looking at the legacy media and all their news reports, and I was getting blown away because I'm like, since when? Since when do they acknowledge this stuff? But they're doing, and then they're going to the extreme point where they're telling people to stock up on food and water. That's fear mongering. You're fear
It
mongering
is.
over a solar eclipse. What are you
We're
doing?
acknowledging astrology.
Yeah, right? This is just like bizarro.
What? It's so cool. It's so cool. And the worst part about it, we're doing it at the wrong time because Mercury's in retrograde. We don't
Yeah.
have a stellium in Capricorn. If we had a stellium in Capricorn, yeah, run for the hills. If South Node and North Node were like in Cancer and Capricorn, ooh, is shit gonna go down?
Yeah.
Yes, but no, nothing is gonna be like. I feel like this is gonna be a time over the next 6 months of us getting our shit together, starting over in certain areas of our life, and stuff like that, repeating cycles
So
with other people.
yeah, it does make sense what you said too. It's more personal
It's
because
more
what's going on
personal.
with people is like they're kind of backing away, and they're just everybody seems to be right now dealing with their own internal and personal
Yes.
struggles, right? They're going
Yes.
through things and they're trying to make up their mind and big decisions. It's like it's not a frivolous time of let's go party, Come on Barbie, let's
No,
go
this
party.
isn't. I mean, it can happen, but there's consequences to your partying ways, Sagittarius.
Mhm.
So be
Yeah,
careful.
listen,
You
listen.
know, So,
I don't want to get
yeah, if you
started on
don't
this
want an
subject
STD
again.
or a baby, like be careful, and it's
Yeah.
near impossible to pregnate a sun in Sagittarius in the first house and a Sagittarius rising. I get it, but I guess we're gonna end up seeing what happens. You're either gonna get pregnant with your first baby, or you're gonna go and get a big giant STD, and then next year around this time you're gonna get another STD. So,
Yeah.
don't do that.
Let's not talk about those Saggies anymore.
You know?
and the and
So
the Leos getting caught by the police.
yeah, so this is a
Yeah.
time of taking care of us and taking care
Yeah.
of our responsibilities. And you know what? 2 weeks before we saw the earthquakes and stuff like that before, it started in Japan. And then so
Yeah.
Japan's gonna get hit again with another earthquake, God forbid, or a tsunami. And
Yeah.
then after that, is New
Yeah.
Zealand's gonna get one.
Taiwan,
So
the
we're
one
just
in
dealing with
Taiwan
the
was a
earth.
massive one. The one in
The
Taiwan
earth is doing it.
is crazy. And then I heard a prediction that there was going to be one on May. Was it May? Yeah, May something in California. That this was just some prediction that early part of May that there was going to be a massive 9.5 in California. So who knows if there's anything to that? It was
So,
just
so with all
negative.
this like astrology bullshit coming up, so who gets blamed when the shit don't come true? Because y'all always call me out on my shit when my shit
No,
don't come
this
true.
wasn't from an astrologer. This
So
was
are we gonna have
from
a riot at these news stations telling them to have a level, shut the hell up, get an astrologer next time to like look into this shit?
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's why I'm looking into it because, of course, I do this anyway for the conspiracy theory side. I look into everything anyway. But then this is my field. Now you're messing in my business, right?
That I
So,
think that
like,
is so interesting and so weird.
it's
So
just
we're saying, I'm so happy that, I'm coming out of the closet. I'm queer. I'm here. And I'm not going anywhere, bitches. Okay. So, yes. Hi.
and then you know what? At the end of the Mercury retrograde, we're gonna say, "Hey, did you come out of the closet?" You'll be, "What are you talking about?"
I
There's no
know,
closet.
exactly. I'm gonna be like, I've never been in the closet. What?
I've never been
What?
in the closet. What are you talking about? I'll pull up this video and prove it.
I know, right? If it don't get like lost.
Yeah, it's so bizarre. The world we're living in right now, I call it kabuki theater. It makes no
It
sense
is.
at
It is
all.
kabuki theater.
The governments don't make any sense.
And
Anything going on around the world, they always you notice that something happens and then they already are ready with an explanation even before it has time to, settle. They're like with what happened with the Baltimore Bridge. That morning they already boom, they came out with
eclipse
a
energy. That's eclipse energy.
right?
Okay.
Exactly.
See? So now we got to wait for Ohio and Texas, and that will be
Mm,
eclipse
yeah.
energy too. So we can
Mm,
expect, more trains to wreck at
mm,
this time. We can expect big wreckages, weird
yeah,
wreckages that we never seen. I won't be surprised if for some reason I feel like
mm,
Chicago might get an earthquake. Ohio might get a little like lightning strikes everywhere, you
yeah.
know, but
Ohio's not prone to, earthquakes, is it?
huh?
You guys are not prone to earthquakes in
We
Ohio?
can get earthquakes. We have gotten earthquakes very, very long time ago, super, super before I even came up here.
Oh,
And they're very light and you don't really feel them. But
okay.
then for some reason your whole pavement and roads are all cracked, but we don't know why.
But they're more susceptible to the,
It's
nuclear.
kind of like New York. The guy puts his cup on and makes it stop shaking for us. It's like that. It's like so light you don't really feel it.
Yeah. Yeah, I
But
remember being at one in Ottawa, Ontario years ago, which is very close, like, it's across the border,
yeah, so it's just
are.
weather,
And it was
earthquakes.
just something that just shook the whole
Yeah. So
yeah.
anytime we have a cardinal square in Aries with the stellium,
Mhm.
but then also there's some planets like there's one meteor or not meteor, an asteroid that comes in and out of Gemini that I used to be so good with it, but I don't have my Dodge Intrepid. So if any of you guys have Dodge Intrepid astrology, can you give me your thing so I can download it, please? I would appreciate it because that bitch, I made some real mad predictions. Like I could tell you when things go boom boom, okay, and everybody got scared of me.
Yeah, you don't want that, or maybe you do.
Well, it helped,
Yeah.
they got scared, you know. But yeah, so it's just going to be weather. The weather is going to affect
Yeah.
us at this time. I don't feel like it's going to be anything crazy,
Mhm.
you
Well,
know.
so obviously the legacy media is basically fear mongering, and with all this, make sure you get your water, stock up on gas, and so forth and so.
No.
Unless they are planning to do something, because like I was saying about the Baltimore Bridge, well, it seemed like it was pretty weird because all of a sudden, like, within the hour, they were already bringing out explanations for it. Like, how do you do that so quickly unless you
Well,
kinda
it's the same
knew it
thing
was
when the
gonna
guy got his a cargo ship stuck in the Panama Canal, and
Mhm,
it took like almost months during the coronavirus when they
mhm,
got stuck in the middle of like because the idiot tried to turn back around and he ended up in this narrow thing and he got the
right?
whole cargo ship stuck. How do you do
Yeah,
that?
yeah, I
You're
remember.
in a narrow
Mhm,
thing. How do you get it wedged?
right?
He
Like
got
that.
the boat wedged in there. I mean, it took 6 months for it to get out.
Exactly, that's why it makes you think sometimes this stuff is done on purpose. It has to be. People can't be that stupid.
I think some
I
people are
just
that
don't
stupid.
really?
I
Is that
don't
where
give
we
us
are
don't
right
give the human nation so much credit. I mean, we sometimes real stupid. I mean, we could get real dumb. This week we gonna get real dumb. It's gonna be like, damn.
Well, the thing that happened, with the Baltimore ship, that was a cyber attack. They're saying they came out and officially said that was a cyber attack because
Mm.
the lights went out, came back on, went back out again. So they're officially saying it was a cyber attack. But, I mean, aside from that, it just like I mean, I saw the whole thing over and over and over again in the replay from every angle. It was very bizarre, but then again, most of these things that are happening are pretty bizarre. It just seems like they're always on the ready to, like, throw an explanation out when any of these things
Yeah,
happen.
but sometimes
So
their explanation isn't true, and then they got to
no.
recant their stories. So I don't think this explanation is true either. We're doing it on Mercury retrograde, you
Right.
know.
Yeah,
So it's
I know.
gonna come up again because it wasn't freaking true.
I
And
know
I
it.
bet you it was just human error. And the guy was probably really Chinese, didn't understand English because my friend does this for a living. Her husband works, he's the guy that tells you where to go in our American shorelines,
Right, right. Mhm.
and he travels to Maryland and he does that for a living and he tells you, yay, la 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 la, and I think that, that the Chinese dude may not have understood him. And instead of humiliating the poor man, they just like, okay, let's make up some story.
And apparently the captain of the ship was Ukrainian, so he
There
didn't
you
have
go. So
command
it
of
could
English.
be
Either.
error. It could have
Yeah,
been he fell asleep. They
right.
don't want to humiliate the guy or whatever. But I do feel like truth will be revealed
Yeah.
because what is Aries? And Aries is not well aspected at this time, and
Mhm.
neither is Virgo. And Virgo is kind of looking at people with the side eye. So I don't feel like anything is gonna be like happening. And then when nothing happens, everybody's gonna be looking at the news or whoever with the side eye, like,
Yeah.
bitch, you lied. You
Yeah,
know?
exactly, but then that's where we're at for years now. It seems
Yeah.
like
So
so obvious that I don't even know what the point of the legacy media is anymore because it's getting to the point where nobody believes them, and
well,
now they're just
Venus, there's a quincunxing going on between Virgo and Aries, and they both are about the truth. They're both suspicious of others. So I don't feel like nothing is like anything like anybody says because you didn't get yourself a damn astrologer. Okay. So you may want to think about next time, hire a damn astrologer just for shits and giggles. Okay. I will do it for only $10,000 and I want a stylist and a makeup artist.
okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay. That's all I
You're
ask. All right. But anyways, if they would have done their research proper and got an astrologer, like what do you think your predictions are? They would have said it's during a Mercury retrograde.
Mhm. Yeah,
You
exactly.
know, the P
Um,
Diddy thing. Now I'm gonna have to like research that myself and see because when did he actually get like his son? When did his son get
well, when
arrested?
the big arrest was, it was, early last week, was it? Early
Last
last
week
like,
before
not
Mercury in
it was
retrograde.
yeah, it was before the retrograde, yeah.
So his son might actually get charged with a
Mhm.
lot of things.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, so then that means that, so could they have done everything in the month of March and now they're bringing it up? Oh, so then that changes the whole story. So then, yeah, he's gonna be going to jail.
Again, the institution that you mentioned.
Yeah, so he's gonna be going to jail. Truth being revealed. Scorpio,
Yeah,
his truth being revealed, and then Jupiter's gonna go into the eighth house this
right,
year. Court. Now
right.
I gotta go see if Jupiter's well aspected. Damn it. Now, okay, so I'll work on it. I'll work on it and do a video about it.
Oh, that's so cool. Wow. All 400 stores in Las Vegas for sure. I don't know what this is talking about, but yeah, it's so bizarre. Thank you for coming on here and helping to put a lot of the audience mind at rest because, like I said, people were saying, "Hey,"
Yes.
sending me stuff and going, "Hey, what do you think of this? What do you think of this?" I look into it and I'm like, "Well, look, I'll have Marie on. You come and watch the show and she'll answer from the astrology end of it, whatever is going on with CERN and the rockets and all that other stuff. And if they are trying to do some voodoo, I mean, it is what it
I
is.
don't think
Put much,
so.
I don't put much stock in that kind of stuff.
No, I don't put much stock in like the satanic and you're trying to open up a
Yeah,
portal. What's supposed to come out the Kraken with all its like tentacles and be like, oh, like Hellboy or something? No.
exactly.
No, y'all gonna be, I wouldn't do no voodoo, juju, or santeria at this time because
Mhm.
it's not well aspected.
Right.
Because what's gonna happen is that one, you might get and attract like a little bit of demons and stuff
Right.
like that, this would be a good time to get a gin, but gins are evil. So yeah,
Yeah.
you could do that, and you're gonna have a hard time with them, and you probably might get institutionalized. So
Well,
yeah.
what the only thing I'm planning on doing is I have a crystal pendulum, and I am going to, sort of be outside during the eclipse, but I'm going to be holding the pendulum to see because they say that during an eclipse, if it's going this way, it'll switch and then start going the other way. So I'm going to test that
Well, I
theory.
got my pendulum. Shit, I'll probably
Yeah,
do that too.
I'm gonna do that just to see if that theory works.
Oh, wow.
But that's about the only thing I'll be doing. But I don't go into the, demon practices anyway. I personally think it's a little bit ridiculous. But I do know that there's a lot of people who are right into it, who are actual Satanists and they're into all this stuff. And if
You
you look
know, if
back,
I had every time for somebody said they're gonna do a voodoo spell on me, Santeria, and I've been through Santeria practices with my mother, and I've seen her do them. I've seen the voodoo, and it's like, not, why don't we do one for money? Instead of like trying to kill me, like let's do one for money, because they're like, or the Kabbalist ones, like I can kill you with my words, bitch, I'm right here, do it right now, and it's like, no, I gotta do it in private and I gotta pray. I'm like, okay, well, you do it in the toilet and then do it, make me sick or something, all right, and then I'll, let me know,
Mhm.
and I'm still here and nothing happens to me, and it's like, damn it, it didn't work,
But
bitch.
but some of these people put a lot of stock in these little rituals that they do. If you look, there's actually a video from when they first opened CERN, the actual grand opening of it, and they were doing this funky, weird, sexual, pseudo-sexual, whatever the hell it was, dances with devil heads and everything, all dressed in red.
Yeah,
It's very bizarre, you know?
yeah.
So, I know
No.
that they do these things, and like I said, personally, I don't hold a lot of stock in this stuff, but I do know there's some people who are right into it. Right into it. And a lot of the Hollywood types and all of that stuff, they claim that these parties and that are full of, Satanists and
Well, look at Megan Fox. I mean, she
Mhm.
did her little rituals with Machine Gun Kelly,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
now she's like, I'm in an on again, off again relationship.
yeah,
She's not happy. I mean, the poor girl is going through so many color schemes at this time, and she's going through it emotionally. I mean, I
yeah,
love her, but she's not happy, and she
yeah,
does all these rituals. I mean, just
exactly.
watch other people do them. I've been
Mhm,
watching all my life since I was little. The only one that I could say was very good was my grandmother, but she actually used stuff to
mhm.
make you sick. The good voodoo priestess actually got the little fishes or the sea urchin and really
Yeah.
crushed it up into a powder and poison you.
Oh,
You
okay.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
unless we're really
there's that.
using
But
we're
I think
using our
the ones
chemicals,
who
then yeah, it's gonna
Yeah, but I
work.
think the ones who just do these spells and incantations and the weird stuff, I mean, they obviously are going in that direction for a long time with music. You see a lot of the music videos like Lady Gaga and Billie Eilish and that. They're weird videos where they're very satanic, like Madonna and all that. But again,
Madonna's a Kabbalist. She's Jewish. I
but
met
she
the guy that actually I know the dude that is like basically like almost like her that is her rabbi. He's the
no.
rabbi to the stars in Kabbalah, and she's not into. I mean, I think she does everything for shock value.
Well, they say that, she's done a lot of satanic rituals and so forth. For their
No,
career, a lot of them are saying that they sell their soul to the devil in order to
no,
get
she's
but
Madonna's super Jew.
but
Like
yeah,
she buys the Kabbalah water, but she buys the Kabbalah water. Like she buys it's like $56 for 12 bottles. I mean, I
mhm,
buy the Kabbalah water. And the
yeah,
Kabbalah water, I turn in when I go to Rosh Hashanah, like I actually when my business was doing super well, had it as a tax write-off.
mhm. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Because the IRS agent believed me when I said you should have been here during Rosh Hashanah because I would have grabbed your soul like Teresa Caputo and I don't need no cards or nothing and I would have grabbed you and been like blah 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 blah. But I scared the shit out of him anyways, so he gave me a tax write off on that. But when sometimes when I come back from that, I'm so charged that people can feel the energy
Oh,
on me and they get scared, you
oh,
know. So yeah,
yeah. Like,
I
I
love
I
that.
don't know, like, she could be, definitely doing that kind of stuff, and then also do sometimes people are very duplicitous in their belief systems. They can split it up and go, "Yeah, I may be, super Catholic, or I may be super Jewish, but I'm also this too." And they
I
can
don't
uh,
know. Because like
so I'm just saying these are some
yeah, because sometimes when you believe
examples
in angels,
of
like I believe in angels and I believe in God and stuff
Mhm,
like that,
mhm,
and and she seems to be really, really, even though she don't act like it, she's a bit like really into her Kabbalah and stuff like that,
mhm,
and it's kind of like I just wouldn't I don't know, when you learn about the angels and stuff and, like, what the angels could
Yeah,
do, because like, it's basically Judaism, and then it's, like, kinda like law of attraction stuff and astrology mixed in it, and you're
right,
rising above your consciousness. So when
right.
you're learning about that and the angels and all the angels and what they do, you kind of don't want to dabble into anything
Yeah.
like dealing, with demons and stuff, you kinda stay
Unless
away.
possibility that she was playing along with it for the career reasons, for the video and so forth, you know.
I feel like it's like that. I think she was
It
just
could have
doing it
been.
for
It
shock value.
it could definitely be that, but there's a lot of them who are definitely into that whole Satanism and stuff. That's a religion nowadays. Apparently, a lot of people are into they're Satanists. Like I've met people, and then
Yeah, but
that's
isn't it like satanic worship? Isn't it more like pleasure seeking people?
Mhm.
It's not about like really worshiping the devil. It's like about like having sex with anybody you want,
Yeah,
buying.
it's
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 about
part of
pleasing
their religion.
yourself.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
part.
really think that's a bad thing. You're basically like a big ass narcissist, and that's
Yeah.
it. And you're just
Well,
all about your
sure,
desires, your needs, and your wants, and you could give a shit about everybody else's.
I'm sure most of those people who are involved in that stuff are giant narcissists for
So there
sure.
you go. That's all that's all about. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah, somebody in the chat said she is Italian, but she is also Jewish. There's Italian Jews.
Yeah. She
Yeah,
converted to Judaism in 1993 because I
yeah,
remember that because
uh,
my rabbi was getting older and he started talking to Rav Berg when God Rav Berg was alive. And actually, I feel more of a connection with Michael Berg. Everybody was like, I have like this, that with Rav Berg, but Rabbi Michael Berg has always been my rabbi since I was like 15 years old. I mean, he gave me my first drink when I was 15 because we had Shabbat one time and my mom wanted attention. And she's like, can she drink this? Can she drink that? And then he had this liquor. It was so good. And he poured it. He said, just one. And he said, sure, she can. And then I drank it. And he's like, no more.
yeah. Sammy Davis Jr. was Jewish too.
Yeah.
And someone saying in the chat, AOC is half Jewish and Hispanic. Yeah, a lot of people are half and half.
Yeah.
It's yeah, it's cool.
Whatever you feel connected to,
Yeah,
if that's,
exactly. That's what it comes down
I
to.
don't judge people on their religions and stuff.
No.
But then when you go, oh my God, I'm a witch and you live in a trailer park, I'm like, bitch, you're not
Yeah,
a
I
good
I
bitch.
have no use for these weirdos who go, into the satanic realm of things.
Yeah.
I can't connect with those kind of people at all because of their personality. Anybody who would be attracted to something like that is probably not, like we said, like giant narcissists. They're not my type of person anyway. So it's like you go do your thing over there. Okay, just leave me alone. Stay
Exactly.
over here. Yeah. So, on that note, let them, do their little rituals tomorrow and have a good time. Good luck to
And
them.
see if anything happens. Give it
Yeah,
3 months because that's when the
exactly.
magic shit's supposed to happen. If you
Mhm.
don't see anything in 3 months, you want to reevaluate your gifts.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully, they're not trying to play on Project Bluebeam or something tomorrow, where they want everybody looking up in the sky so that they can, do a big hologram of Jesus or an alien or
We'll
something.
probably see big hologram of Jesus. And it's all done on a Mercury retrograde,
Yeah,
people. Think
yeah,
about it. It's
yeah.
just going to
If
be
he
this
shows up,
conspiracy.
and nobody will remember it
And
after
then
the
the worst part
retrograde.
about it, if nothing happens this time around, except
Mm,
the earthquakes and shit like that, then when Mercury goes into Aries again, it's
mhm,
gonna be the theme song for Mercury and Aries for probably quite some time is all about the conspiracies. So at some point we gotta get off this roller coaster and be
mhm.
like, we done with the conspiracies.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah.
Well, at least for this stuff anyway, because it's all, what it's getting to the point now where the conspiracies and the realities the lines are so blurred that they're all kind of coming
But
together anyway.
But what is Pluto in Aquarius? Let's reveal the truth. And then we're going to get sick and
Mhm.
tired of the conspiracy theories. So some of y'all better, like, get out there and make your conspiracy theories like stick or something. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Well, that's what I'm
Make it
saying.
rain,
I'm
bitches.
the conspiracy theories that have just turned out to be spoiler alerts, they actually came into pass, then the rest of them need to come into pass, and then we need to close this chapter, I think. And just,
Exactly.
yeah, and just be done with it. And that I think, in my opinion, the legacy media are the biggest spreaders of conspiracy theory.
They need to hire an astrologer. You can hire me again, $10,000. And I want a stylist. I want a free plane ticket, and I want a hotel room, and I
Okay,
will do it
so
for you.
if anyone in the audience works for Legacy Media, just contact Marie, please. She's already put a list of her demands out there. You know
Yes,
what she wants.
yes. I am a diva, baby. I am a diva, and I will be treated
Uh,
like a diva.
she might be open for negotiations after Mercury is not ready. It goes retro or goes
Exactly.
direct.
Exactly.
So I should let you go, my dear, and get back to your hectic life.
I know, right?
Yeah, I wish you luck tomorrow. Let me know if anything happens on your end.
Everybody put it in the comment bars tomorrow and let us know this week if
Yes.
anything happens, because I'm going to be checking
Yeah.
these comment bars because I want to hear your stories.
Right? Yes,
All
that's a
right.
good
What
idea.
is happening to you in your sign? Put your sign and
Yeah,
what happened this week.
right. And
All
also
right.
what happened in your place, because your town or your
Yes. In your
city.
state, your
Yeah.
country. Did
Yes,
you flood? Did you
definitely.
feel an earthquake?
Mhm.
Did you touch God? I want to know.
Yeah. Oh, Infinite Miss says, I love how you ladies speak your truth.
I know, I know. It's like it's a Libra rising, and she's a Sun in Scorpio, and I'm just a Pisces with an Aquarius rising. So yeah, we kind of have no filter.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty
And don't
much no
forget
filter.
my Mercury in Sagittarius means I
There you
have
go.
absolutely.
No freaking filter. She's just gonna spill it
Yeah.
all out. This is
Right. Yeah.
me.
I wonder, the Sagittarius Mercury thing is, I'm going to keep talking now about STDs.
That's all you're gonna think of now.
At least till the Mercury
Watch the next
retrograde.
time you give somebody a reading, you're gonna be like, "Yeah, you're gonna get an STD."
STD. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, it's the Sagittarius and me. Just can't stop talking about it until the Mercury retrograde's over, and then I'll forget all about it.
I know, right? It sucks. Like I keep telling everybody, Mercury in retrograde is like it's like you're dealing with it, but then when Mercury goes direct, is an amnesia. I promise you, I could curse you out. I could probably cut you, and then you'll be friends with me. And it's like, what the hell? But don't try that Mercury shit on me because I have planets in Taurus. I don't forget. I'm like a freaking elephant. I remember that shit. Okay.
Right. So noted.
Yes.
Okay, my dear. Yes, that's a great idea. Leave the chat stuff in the chat. We're going to keep checking, especially tomorrow. Let us know your experiences.
Yes.
The eclipse. Did you look at it? Did you get blind? Did you not get blind? Did you use the
Like what
crystal?
happened? Did the
Yeah,
earth shake under your feet? Can you?
exactly. Did something happen in your state, in your country, whatever? Let us know for sure. We're gonna keep on
Yes.
top of this, okay? And
And
the
you're
best part about it, it'll be in the chat, or not. This chat will be available tomorrow, but it'll be in the comment section. So that means all of you can see, come back here and look to see what happened. And Marie,
yes.
if anything happens with Marie, she'll write it in there. I'll write my
I
experiences.
will.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Thanks so much, my dear. Go take care, and hope to see you. Maybe, you know, we don't go blind. Hopefully, we don't go blind tomorrow.
We're
I'm
not
going to
gonna go
try
blind.
not to look directly at the sun, but
Nothing's gonna happen tomorrow except earthquakes, boats, people crashing,
yeah,
catastrophic events probably,
just
with
that.
the
Just that.
exes. But other than
That's
that,
it.
same old
Yeah.
day, and we're just gonna be watching it on the news going, I wonder if I should get Starbucks right now.
Yeah, exactly. And I wonder where those rockets went.
You know?
Yeah,
And the rockets, what did the rockets do as they orbit our Earth now? And then, God forbid, they get a meteorite, and then the shrapnel comes. Okay.
I forgot about this too. There's one more thing that's happening tomorrow. Did you hear about the comet? It's called the Devil's Comet. Is also heading towards Earth at the same time. So there's that
Oh,
as
Lord
well,
Jesus. Oh, now I'm going to have
right?
to chase the devil's comment and find out the logistics, the mapping shit on that, and the degrees and freaking work.
Yeah,
Gosh. Oh,
no,
my
right?
gosh.
Oh, this has been such a great time. We've been 2 hours at this, but the time flew by like it always does when we have a chat, so
I know. Oh my
yeah, keep in touch,
goodness.
sweetie, and take it easy. Wish you all the best. Much love,
Oh,
and
you too. Love
we'll
you.
we'll talk to you
Thank you
soon.
for letting me on and blah 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 and
Uh,
just say a bunch of crazy shit because I'm the crazy astrologer lady.
You're a great
Nothing I say comes true. I don't know why y'all follow me.
not quite, not quite. Alright, my dear, take it easy, and we'll talk to you soon, okay? You can
Love
just
you.
X yourself out.
Yep. Love
Alright,
you. Bye.
bye-bye. Love you. So, isn't she a sweetheart? She is. I just love, love, love talking to her, as you can tell. So much of you in the chat, you just had a lot to say. I'll have to reread this tomorrow when the chat becomes available to me. For some reason, it holds it while it's processing overnight, and uh, and then I will be able to look at everything that was going on in the chat. But until then, I'm just looking at the chat right now to see so many of you. Ninja, hi, sweetie. Marie, Mary Hopkins, hello, and good night, Sally. Oh boy, thanks the wonderful mods as usual, Ms. Ninja and I'm Hungry Now have done a terrific job on this podcast tonight. Hope you all enjoyed it. And I guess we will see you next weekend, next Sunday. Don't know. I have an idea of a guest for next Sunday, but I don't want to say anything yet until I confirm with her. So take it easy. Much love. And please do what we suggested. Come back and make those comments after the eclipse and let us know how you made up. Bye bye. Much love. Star Lord is signing off for now. Take care. Bye bye.